wants to integrate with the curriculum. So we will be having small sessions with that, so don't worry, after 3:30 time limit we have this in mind. So what are we going to do? I'm going to play a song. आपकी जो सबसे प्यारी चीज आपके टेबल पे आपकी चीज रखी हुई है उसको आप सामने रखेंगे, है ना? तो आशु सर ने बोला कुछ डांस वांस करवाना है तो करवाना जरूरी है, इसलिए करवाना। तो जो भी चीज अगर आपकी बॉटल भी है, कोई भी चीज जो आप पहचानते हैं आपकी है, ठीक है? तो आप क्या करेंगे, फोन रख लीजिए सर, सबसे प्यारा है तो भूल ही नहीं सकते, तो आप फेस में भी रहेंगे। ग्रेट। So what you are going to do is when I play the song, तो कही थी कि बेस्ट चीज आप देखो कि आपको करना क्या है, बहुत कुछ बता कर आए होंगे तो खुद हो जाएगा, ठीक है? So what are we going to do? When I play the song,
कुछ और
so you have to collaborate, you have to work in a team so that the whole group is in sync. क्योंकि आप क्लास कर रहे हो, दूसरा क्लास कर रहा है, तो चीजें आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगी. So it will take 20-30 seconds, but you will do that, and you have to pace it with the pace of the song. So सबने वर्ड्स नाम हटा दीजिए, फिर चीज कैसे ट्रांसफर करोगे आप? Yes, clear your tables. अपना अपना पास करेंगे चीजें. चलिए आवाज, फिर आवाज में चलिए. वी आर स्टार्टिंग. Again have a glitch. दोबारा बता रही हूँ. Tap on the table twice. ठीक है? And मेरा फेवरेट चल रहा है, इसको अच्छा लगेगा. So it's Insta favorites basically. कोई चीज आप 3 बार Insta पे देखते हो, अल्टीमेटली वो आपकी फेवरेट हो जाती है.
Don't tell me the voice has gone again. No, we are telling you the voice has gone. Okay. Shall we pass on this activity? No. मूवी नहीं है, मराठी सिंगर है.
ये किसके लिए?
उसमें कुछ लाइक आपसे क्या लेना?
स्टार्ट कर दो यार. क्या हो गया? एक नंबर
नहीं पहले तो प्रैक्टिस की है। इसकी आवाज मेरी है इतनी आ रही है, आप सबकी आ ही नहीं रही। तो हमें करना क्या है? और देन और पासिंग भी इधर से इधर नहीं करनी है, एक ही तरफ करनी है। लास्ट चांस एंड देन यस।
गरीब दुख
चलिए छह चांस भी यहीं से लगा दीजिए। नहीं नहीं यहीं से चलिए। There will be few people. इनको हमेशा चांस देना चाहिए और यही हमारी क्लासरूम्स में भी होता है। कितनी क्लियर इंस्ट्रक्शन देंगे, कोई 3 ताली बजाएगा, कोई 1 बजाएगा, कोई 2 बजाएगा, पर it is basically an activity where you can coordinate with the group because it's not only you who have to coordinate, it is the whole group. तो पूरा ग्रुप एक साथ आप करेंगे तो वो सिंक में आप आ जाएंगे। So let's go back to the PPT. We are now on the next section of the NCF. Okay, so this is session 3. It's a cross-cutting themes. Yes, come back from these shaky white बाहर आ जाइए, हम वापस इसी मॉड्यूल में पहुंच गए हैं. Welcome back to this. So it's the next session that is cross-cutting themes. What do you understand cross-cutting themes? क्या दिमाग में आ रहा है cross-cutting themes क्या होंगे? Cross-cutting themes. भाई हमारे माइक वाले भी रखा है. Yes. To reduce. Okay. चलिए ये भी ले लिया मैंने वर्ड reduce और नहीं हमने एनसीएफ पूरी क्रॉस कटिंग किया सर. हाँ जी.
Providing maximum to the student by the limiting forces.
Okay. Yes, that group. Any inputs from your side? Science group. मंजू मामी. इनका नाम मुझे याद है. तो जिन बच्चों के नाम आपको याद हो जाते हैं उनके लिए एडवांटेज नहीं होता. Lessen the work. Okay. Interdisciplinary और क्या दिमाग में?
Splitting into small things.
तो एनसीएफ को कैसे स्प्लिट करेंगे into small things? See, cross-cutting things basically talks about the areas which are not part of the curriculum, but they should be, right? So the NCF doesn't focus on having them as a separate subject, as a separate period. They basically want these themes to be inclined or aligned with the daily classrooms, right? We do understand that these themes are important. We do understand that these. बारिश हुई है. We do understand कि ये themes जरूरी हैं, but definitely we do go understand that the teachers are overburdened, the students are overburdened, and we can not increase the workload, right? Rather, एक सजेशन ये भी दिया गया है कि अगर आपके क्रॉस कटिंग थीम्स को इंटीग्रेट करना है तो समवेयर वी हैव टू लुक फॉरवर्ड कि हम करिकुलम को कैसे रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं. ओनली देन द टाइम विल बी देयर टू इंक्लूड दीज, राइट? So these things we are already doing. एक छोटा सा इसको अगर मैं short term में बोलूँ, it's kind of a life skill, which are part of each subject, each curricular area. So we'll start discussing with them. And as I told you that work there only. Fine. So as I told you, NCF has wonderful illustrations for all the areas that they have talked about. So values के लिए उन्होंने ये illustration दिया है. तो values में 4 चीजें जो हमने बात करें. Values है क्या? किस तरह की values होती हैं? आप अगर बच्चे को value instill करना चाहते हो, what kind of values do we want to instill in them? You know, values also have categories. Moral values, ethical values in the other sense, honesty, integrity, respect, और कौन सी values? Social values, communication, respect में आते हैं. Environmental, constitutional values where the child should know pluralism. Pluralism means respecting the diverse culture, right? They should know they have right to vote, and also they should know they have their fundamental duties also. These are constitutional values. Then there are values which are important for the cognitive development, for the employability, that are 21st century skills, from creative thinking, critical analysis. ये सब भी values हैं. Scientific temperament, scientific attitude. So there are different values which are there. This you have to choice कि आपके curricular area में कौन सा value align कर रहा है. So there are 4 questions on the screen. I would give you 2 minutes only in the group. Not a very detailed discussion. I would like 3-4 चीजें आप सोचिए कि हम इन पे काम कैसे करते हैं. And this is the moral of the story basically for this values वाला chapter. There are 4 questions. How does the development of values happen in school? Is value education a separate subject? There are conflicts in the life of the student because the value they are learning in the or imbibing in the school, they are basically seeing the reverse in the society when they go, right? And the development of values be assessed. मेरे ख्याल से लास्ट के 2 क्वेश्चन बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. ऊपर के 2 क्वेश्चन हम सोच सकते हैं. Let's give each other 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then we'll come back to the discussion. So if you want, you can discuss in the group, or if you want to ponder upon individually, I would not mind it.
How does the development of value
Religion-based values, conflict character, society-based And we have a ground rule of active participation. So let's go to the candidate जो बेचारे सुबह से चुपचाप बैठे हुए हैं. कोई ऐसा जिसने नहीं बोला अभी तक?
Yes, ma'am. I would like to start.
चलिए आप शुरू.
How does the development of values happen in school? So hope I am setting it as
No, please.
it doesn't go against my values.
Complete.
Ma'am, I'll start with a chapter that class 8th I am taking crop production and management. So from that chapter, First, we make them understand that India is a land of agriculture and how the food is important, what are the different steps that we go through. Starting from the preparation of soil to sowing of seeds, harvesting, taking care of crops. And then we inculcate the value that how it is important that they should not be wasting the food, how it comes from. So naturally it comes, same for the water also. So naturally I've observed this, that the children after getting these values, they never throw the food now. It is not being thrown or wasted anywhere. So this was inculcated through the chapter when it was taught, and then they have done that, all these practices of agriculture.
Great. And it's not about one chapter if you
Go to every chapter.
Yes, because I'm a science teacher. If you are talking about diversity, you are talking about, and you are making them understand that each
and
life
everything,
has, right to live, and you make them understand that each and every organism on the earth is important. So there can be different values. Any social science teacher would like to discuss.
Some of the students also said that if everyone is made up of cell, why should we fight for Hinduism, Muslim and Christianity?
Great.
So that was inculcated.
Okay. So see, you have taken them from the value of integrity or other values to the value of
Culture diversity, that it is we are all one.
yes.
Not done as a separate chapter or a value education book, but integrated learning.
Very good. Anybody else would like to share where you have taken your lesson plan a bit beyond the cognitive development, and you have talked about the affective domain and the psychomotor domains of the affective domain for that matter? Anyone would like to share? So, yes, sir.
In physics, we have a chapter, dual nature of radiation and matter.
Okay.
So Einstein, when he published the theory of laws of photoelectric effect, Millikan, one of the great experimentalists. So I start my class about Millikan experiment in the way that Millikan was against Einstein, and he started series of experiment to disprove Einstein.
Okay.
But finally, he proved the laws to be correct.
Yes.
I am not getting into the entire part of explanation. And then finally, my last word comes with that I reframe my sentence. I was wrong in saying that Millikan was against Einstein. Millikan was against Einstein's theory. Millikan didn't want to disprove Einstein. He wanted to disprove Einstein's theory. And this is a big lesson. If we implement this in life, no person is wrong. An act or an incident can be wrong, but person is not wrong. So it helps in avoid conflicts and better understanding each other.
Great. So it's in physics very good. What in science I have taken CBP science or the science teacher. They emphasize, because Indian rootedness is not in the NCF, it is being a part of the curriculum now. So they emphasize that the teacher should make the child understand how much pain and the processes have taken to discover or invent something. तो जब आप इस बारे में बात करते हैं, आप कहीं ना कहीं बच्चे को दोबारा से values से तो जोड़ ही रहे हैं, जो आपने अभी share किया. You are also connecting them to Indian or the culture background of that particular country. अब वहीं पे अगर आप Indian scientist की बात करते, तो शायद Indian rootedness में आ जाते. So these values are being aligned towards syllabus. It's just that we have to intentionally add them to the syllabus. We are doing it. It's nothing like कि हम नहीं कर रहे हैं, हम कहीं ना कहीं बातें करते हैं. But now what they want, they want कि intentionally आप उसको अपने curriculum का part बनाइए. Now, is value education as a separate subject? No. So how many of you are saying no? Okay. So बाकी सब are happy to have it as a separate subject. तो हाथ तो बड़ा नीचे नीचे था. Yes. See, there cannot be a yes or no to this question, and definitely there is no senior level, junior level. It starts from the foundational level, right? So integration of values can be, as we discussed, can be taken with the curriculum. There is no need to have a separate subject. Though till 6 to 8 we can have zero periods जहाँ पे आप value education कर सकते हैं. There are many missions working. Aurobindo mission, Ramakrishna mission बहुत अच्छे modules बनाता है. So there are many schools who are taking those modules in their zero period to inculcate values. So they can be as a separate subject. They can be integrated with the curriculum. So there is no clear demarcation कि ऐसा होना ही चाहिए या ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. Depends on the school's requirement. Now, what do we do? This is very important question. What do we do about conflict in the lives of the children presented by the values being aimed at the school versus the violation or differences they see in their lives? How many of you understand the question? So what are they trying to say? मैंने
Application is difficult.
मैंने स्कूल में सिखा दिया. डेफिनेटली हमने छोटे बच्चे को समझा दिया रेड ग्रीन येलो और पापा फटाफट से रेड सिग्नल तोड़ के बाहर निकल गए. So there is a conflict within the child, right? He is not understanding. मैम ने कुछ कहा, the father is doing something else. Similarly, we are talking about gender equality. So man and woman, gender as such, there are no gender biased roles. We are talking about कि there should be a gender equality. पर घर पे वो क्या देखते हैं? अभी change हो रहे हैं scenarios. I will not say कि आप नहीं change हो रहे हैं. There are changing scenarios, but still most of the home cooking will be done by taking care of the child by household chores by. So it's a conflict. आप इस तरह के conflict अगर बच्चा कर रहा है, देख रहा है, तो आप कैसे sort out करोगे? How do we deal with them? और ये प्रॉब्लम आपको प्रिपरेशनल स्टेजेस में, फाउंडेशनल स्टेजेस में ज्यादा आएगी, because middle stages में and senior stages में the child have their own perceptions, have their own analysis, have their own point of views. They understand what is happening around them. But a foundational year child or a preparatory or maybe middle schooler child will not understand. So how can we resolve these? So we can make the parent as a stakeholder for this, right? Not as a stakeholder.
Once I asked a child, what is that orange leg says? So he said, go fast.
Oh, the father must have told him.
No, father does like this.
Okay, he has realized.
Yes, realized.
Anuman.
So yes. So then we can talk to the parent and then
Yes. So it's any one parent or teachers or any other person who is basically making the conflict discussions. Sitting on a table and discussing with the parent, with the peers or with the friends, whosoever is conflicting the belief can be a solution. No other solution can be there here. Yes, ma'am. You want to say something else, ma'am? Okay. So, should the development of value be assessed? और अगर आप बोलते हैं कि assessed होना चाहिए, how can you assess them?
By observation.
So we observe whether the child is very honest, he is telling the truth or
So
not.
observations को आप कैसे?
Like while in the class, a child does so many things. So like whether his words matches with the action or not. Like for example, if he says that he is going to submit his notebook by come what may, ma'am, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whether he is meeting with his word or not, that is also I think as a value.
Yes.
So yes, I think observation is the best way. At the like generally we teach senior section, so there I think observation is the best way to observe whether they are really adhering to the values that they are learning or not.
True. Anybody else would like to share some insights?
Yes, it should be a continuous process, not one time or a 2-time based decision. Informal way and a continuous process, and as ma'am said, it has to be observation based because values are a part of your one's personality and one's behavior. So you cannot judge them by you. I mean, you cannot assess them on the basis of any marks or what. We can assess them only through continuous, observation and through continuous and informal way.
Here, one thing that I would put as a question to everybody, when you're saying that it should be a continuous assessment, for sure it should be a continuous assessment throughout the stage. But how do you convey it to the next teacher? आप जो चीज ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं वो बच्चे ने कितना डेवलप किया या कितना सीखा आप दूसरे को कैसे बताएंगे?
For this-
बच्चा 7th वाली टीचर को
For this, I would like to mention, like, we are preparing one anecdotal record, like, which has been passed from one class to the another, and we write for each and every child what is his or her personality, any shortcomings or those things. There is
now is going to class 4. So the third class teacher will give the feedback of that child.
that feedback should be documented. What I want.
Yes.
it is both soft as well as hard copy.
And it can be from both the sides. Either the teacher, anecdotal record is by teacher, but the profile can be maintained by the student in the senior classes.
Yes.
Because वो भी कहीं ना कहीं आप जब profile बनाते हो, it's not always homework. It is their community services or other things that they are doing good.
And then at times also, like casually, like if I'm going to the class, another day is coming. For example, we say that मैम इसको देख लीजिएगा ये ऐसे है या like there are some problems at home, so we are observing, we are like helping him out kind of, so that is also there parallelly.
Yes, true. So anecdotal records, profiles, and one thing I used to do giving a star or pasting a star in their anecdotal record if they did something good. So anecdotal record should not be a record what bad the child or what thing. It should be both. कि जब वो जिस दिन कभी पढ़े तो उनको पढ़ के अच्छा भी लगे and they should know कि yes I was like this also. It should be balanced one. So you add that also. Great. Great. Right. So this is basically a compilation of the values that we discussed in the introduction. Responsibility, scientific temper. So it can go with your curriculum area. So this we have discussed. Next, inclusion. What inclusion in your terms means? So this is the illustration that the NCF shows for inclusion. What do you people understand inclusion is? Very true. Anybody else? Inclusion.
We can take the example of the children who are little special child. They should be also inclusion. They should be also getting the same opportunity to work as a normal child is getting.
Okay.
Apart from that, the gender as well.
और किस तरह के बच्चे को inclusion चाहिए? Slow learners, ठीक है, और EWS, special abilities. See, this picture basically shows आपको exclusion नहीं करना है, आपको integrate भी नहीं करना है. Integration means you have made them a part of it, but they are not collaborating with the group. We have to include them, right? So if you see in the first one, it is exclusion. Second में आपने separate out कर दिया उनको. Integration भी अगर आप स्कूल में कर रहे हैं तो you are making them part of the class, but not involving them. What we have to do, we have to include. Inclusion होना चाहिए, involvement होना चाहिए, engagement होना चाहिए, and they should get similar opportunity that the other children are basically getting. So this is one thing. What all groups comes under the inclusion perspective. It can be gender identities that ma'am just talked about, socio-culture, EWS वगैरह आपके इसमें आ जाएंगे. Geographical identities, as I gave you one example, the child from northeast can't be treated similar as a child from north or from the south. So there can be geographical identities, disabilities, and socio-economic conditions. See, there can be economically backward group. There can be economically stronger children, but coming from different varied types of families. The support from the family or the values or the environment in the family also is very important. So ये सारे background के बच्चों का हमको क्या करना है? Include करना है. Now next is ICT. When you go to NCF और ये cutting cross cutting themes आप देखोगे ICT के ऊपर बहुत भयंकर तरीके से 5-6 pages का document है. So we will do a little brainstorming here. So we have how many groups? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 4 rows है. So we'll go rows by group में थोड़ा confusion हो जाएगा. This वाला group context of ICT in India. We will brainstorm on potential of ICT in school education, possible ICT solutions, and the last row will talk about the precautions. See, when you are using ICT, it's basically technology in education. So we can include technology in education for various purposes, but जब आप उसको include करते हो, it has varied limitations. आपको बहुत सारी चीजों का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है, precautions चाहिए उसके लिए. आप बच्चे से डेटा ले लो, आप उसको बहुत संभाल. So there can be different precautions. तो ये 4 चीजें हम brainstorm करेंगे. I give you 5 minutes. आपको जो pointers मिलते हैं, and then we'll discuss. So this group will talk about all these 3 groups: precautions when you are using ICT in the classes, possible ICT solutions. I hope you have many. What you can do, you can talk about the solutions which are now applicable. See, बहुत सारे solutions ऐसे थे जो आप कोविड में implement कर सकते थे क्योंकि वो ऑनलाइन था. वो बहुत सारे solutions अब काम नहीं आते because the children do not have gadgets. So other techniques that you can use to include in these classes. And we will talk about the potential and the context. 5 minutes, right? Jot down the pointers or where you can cite the examples. I would appreciate that. बड़ी शांत क्लास है. If I ask the same thing to my classroom, वो तो इतना शोर मचा रहे हैं कि वापस बैठाना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. That's why we are done.
हार्डवेयर सॉफ्टवेयर दोनों है, मतलब प्रिंट आउट हैंड आउट. नाउ व्हाट इज AI is good. Some network happens.
ICT solutions means the kind of things or the ICT you use in the classroom for aiding your teaching learning.
Hardware and software, safety of information and hardware, software, accessories, sites, proper storage classroom. Google Class आप यूज करते हो? YouTube की वीडियोस दिखाते हो आप? Google Class स्मार्ट बोर्ड है, इसको यूज करते हो? स्मार्ट आउट हो गए, सेटिंग्स हो गए, है ना? लिंक्स हो गए, एजुकेशन लिंक्स हो गए, ये सारी चीजें हैं. यूजर अकाउंट.
So हम पहले हम एक काम करते हैं, कोशिश करें कि सबको मौका मिले तो उस ग्रुप से शुरू करते हैं. ऑनलाइन से सब ग्रुप्स पे आएंगे. पहला ग्रुप कंटेक्स्ट ऑफ ICT इन इंडिया.
प्राइवेसी होता है क्या बोलते हैं monitoring the
ICT actually it is information communication and technology, and basically in India we started using much of it during the COVID times, and we saw that it is so beneficial using the e-books we are using, the presentations, the classrooms we are having, the virtual classrooms, and even the educational videos and all, online quizzes and all. These are making the classes very engaging and interactive. So the prospects are very good, but yeah.
Are they still evolving? Wait there.
It is evolving day by day. We are getting getting to explore more and more, being beneficial for teachers, being beneficial for students also. But it मतलब एक है कि बच्चों का कई बार ना होता है कि इनका गलत यूज जो करते हैं ना, distraction, and they start using it for that is challenging for us.
And parents complain.
Yeah, parents complain for the online classrooms and all.
जो precautions में बात करेंगे. Let's not jump into other areas. Yes, next group. हाँ, कोई बाकी pointer सर किसी के भी हमारे अलग हो सकते हैं.
And context में आएगा गवर्नमेंट इनिशिएटिव्स बहुत सारे हुए हैं, जैसे डिजिटल इंटरनेशन है. आफ्टर दैट नेशनल पॉलिसी ऑफ ICT, then SWAYAM, then Diksha platform, and if we relate ICT to value education, that it can spread through stories, videos, and upcoming learning objectives की अगर हम बात करें, then AI power learning आ गई है, stronger digital literacy programs आ गए हैं, and challenges की बात कर.
Challenges की बात आप नहीं करेंगे. Challenges तो next group है. The context of ICT अगर हम बात करें तो basically very well portrayed by these two groups. इंडिया में कोविड के टाइम तक we were not prepared. I think many of us were not using Zoom in our dreams also. तो वो एक दिन पहले बुलाया गया, हमारे यहाँ यही हुआ था कि बैठ जाओ सब और Zoom देख लो कैसे करना है. So कहाँ पर बिल्कुल Zoom से आप भाग गए and teachers struggled. Almost मुझे लगता है 1-2 महीना लगा. किसी की क्लास में कोई आ जाता था, कोई गाना गा के चला जाता था, कोई दिक्कत चला जाता था. So we took time to get बहुत हुआ, ठीक है. जो अभी भी नहीं समझे उनकी क्लास में आज भी होता होगा. सो वो कोविड के टाइम से जब शुरू हुआ ICT boom, it is still there, but yes, then as you said, there are so many initiatives by Government of India. Diksha is there, SWAYAM is there. I don't know how many of you are accessing resources from SWAYAM. वहाँ पर आपको प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट के कोर्सेज मिलेंगे बहुत सारा, जो आप घर बैठ के कर सकते हैं. दे गिव सर्टिफिकेशन. AICTE के कोर्सेज हैं, IGNOU के कोर्सेज हैं, NITL के कोर्सेज हैं. सो यू चूज अकॉर्डिंग टू योर डिमांड, यू गेट अ गवर्नमेंट सर्टिफाइड सर्टिफिकेशन. तो आपको कहीं नहीं जाना, आप अपना प्रोफेशनल डेवलपमेंट या एजुकेशनल डेवलपमेंट पर ये टीचर्स के लिए. व्हाट अबाउट स्टूडेंट्स के लिए क्या था? दीक्षा में स्टूडेंट्स को मिल जाएगा. स्वयं में भी स्टूडेंट्स को क्लास वाइज उनके मॉड्यूल्स हैं. दे वांट क्लास 11th is there, class 12th is there, class 10th is there. So it is there on government portal. दीक्षा है, NCERT का CIIT चैनल है, वो है. तो they can access most of the resources. उसके अलावा हैंड्स ऑन लर्निंग के लिए Indian labs, tinkering labs is a government initiative, नीति आयोग का इनिशिएटिव है. बिल्कुल. Audio visual aids are there. So government is also taking step. Meanwhile, the schools at their level are also doing it. So we are basically evolving day by day in the ICTs. Next group is potential of ICT.
We are going to talk about the potential of ICT in school education. For that, we have first, we can make learning easy through online sessions, different like on YouTube for different topics. We have different online sessions. We can improve the accessibility. We can do teamwork, and by making different projects, like we can use even Zoom and all that apps. Presentation, communication skills. We can do global reach through ICT, competition, online talent. Development, digital literacy, like during the time of COVID we were using it, and online test at a particular period of time.
Okay, great. Yes, bro.
Most of the points ma'am has covered, but still I would like to mention it improves learning, like smart classes and videos, all the accessible material which is available to the students. It improves learning. Then second is like the students, it promotes collaboration work, teamwork, like students work in groups for their various projects, and which builds their confidence as well as coordination, collaboration between them. Then I would say encourage self-learning also, because a lot of material they get research, they do research work, and which promotes their self-learning. They research, they do their own self-project works, which they take help of the digital resources available.
Okay, one thing I would like to ask. If I'm not wrong, all people are being involved with foundational stages. Okay, so how can we include ICT in foundational stages? आप कुछ चीजें use करते हो? This is open to everybody.
Referral videos.
Smart boards. So basically, ICT in the foundational stage is used for language development, maybe numeracy also.
Yes.
Most of the time, motor skills or language development. Right. All the subjects. Okay. Next, possible ICT solution. So हम दो पॉइंट्स लेंगे तीनों ग्रुप से, so that सबके पास कुछ नया हो. तो we'll make sure इन्होंने जो बोला उससे अगर कुछ अलग पॉइंट्स आपके पास हैं तो yes, start. 2 पॉइंट्स सर. Precautions नहीं है. ठीक है.
मैम भाषा में हम जो कहानियाँ होती हैं, जो कविताएं होती हैं, उसकी एनिमेशन वीडियोस जो है वो बच्चों को दिखा सकते हैं, जिससे बच्चे बहुत कुछ सीख सकते हैं. दूसरा ये छोटी छोटी क्विज जो है, हम जैसे संज्ञा के 5 क्वेश्चन लिए और उसके मार्क्स उनको दिए, तो वो उनके क्लासरूम पर अटैच कर सकते हैं और वो उसको पढ़ सकते हैं.
ठीक, ये मैम आपके कुछ सोचा मैम?
मैम हम कहानियों के द्वारा, जैसे कहानी बच्चों को देंगे और वो बोलेंगे आधी छोड़ देंगे उसे,
और आप
पूरी चीजें कर सकते हैं.
ठीक, ये जो मैंने यूज किया था वर्ड क्लाउड, इसमें एक ऑप्शन होता है, यू मेक अ वर्ड क्लाउड ऑफ द वर्ड्स एंड टेल इट. लैंग्वेज में बहुत अच्छे से यूज हो सकता है. यू कैन यूज इट इन सब्स्टिट्यूशन पीरियड. इट्स माय फेवरेट एक्टिविटी. व्हेन आई गो विद सब्स्टिट्यूशन, आई गिव देम 10 words and then ask them to frame a story. No, I'm not an English teacher, but जितने 9-10 के बच्चे तो जो बनाते हैं, but जो 6th क्लास के बच्चे और 7th क्लास के स्टोरीज बनाते हैं, you'll be amazed to hear them.
Yes, ma'am.
कुछ अलग दुनिया में ही आपको ले जाएंगे.
एकदम ये नहीं
Yes, we can do that. Yes, next group. Blackout poetry. I would like to listen.
इसमें न्यूज़पेपर के एक पेजेस को बांट दिया जाता है. उसके बाद फिर एक किसी आर्टिकल से जितने वर्ड्स वाइप आउट कर सकते हैं, मिटा सकते हैं या ब्लैक मार्कर से हटा सकते हैं, उनको हटा के जो बच जा रहे हैं वर्ड्स, उनके थ्रू पोएट्री बनाई जाती है. तो उससे इमेजिनेशन फ्री फ्लो करती है और बहुत सारे डिफरेंट वर्ड्स एक राइम में और आइडियाज को एक जगह लाने का बहुत अच्छा प्रोसेस है.
And I think it can be used in other subjects also. साइंस में भी आपने कोई जर्नल लिया या कुछ लिया तो उसके पॉइंट्स या वर्ड्स वाइप आउट कर दिया, लेट द चिल्ड्रन फिल एंड डू द ब्रेनस्टॉर्मिंग इन दैट.
इसको एक तरीके से और करते हैं हम लोग, ये एडिटिंग में किया करते थे कि न्यूज़पेपर में से कुछ वर्ड्स वी आर रिमूव एंड देन स्टूडेंट दे कैन फिल इट.
सर लेकिन उसके लिए बड़ा अच्छा सा नाम दे दिया, ब्लैक आउट पोएट्री. कोई सुनेगा तो लगेगा कि ब्लैक आउट पोएट्री क्या करने वाले हैं बस.
Earlier it was part of editing.
अच्छा.
I have done editing also, that there was a part of that.
तो आप एक दिन बोर्ड पे लिख लीजिए ब्लैक आउट पोएट्री. बच्चों की क्यूरियोसिटी उनको उस लेवल पे ले आएंगे कि भयंकर वाला काम करेंगे. सो थैंक यू. मैंने एक चीज सीख ली आज, मतलब काफी भी सीखे, बट ब्लैक आउट पोएट्री आई वाज नॉट नोइंग दिस. यस, नेक्स्ट.
Google Classroom.
Okay.
Where we can share assignments, homeworks, whatever we wish. YouTube channels.
Okay.
E-books. Where the students can do a lot of research, get new information, new knowledge.
Okay. Next group. I will come to your solutions, but let me ask them also. Yes, ma'am.
The hardware and software is the part of possible ICT solutions which we will be using accessibly across the classes. Along with that, latest is the CBSE link which is being generated in order to counsel the students for career. So this is the latest circular I think that we have received recently.
No, but how you are going to include ICT in the curriculum?
ICT
That
is
will come in guidance and counseling. That's a separate part.
This is the possible ICT solution for education. So when we are educating them through information and technology, it would be all the resources whichever is available overall, जितने भी computer से relate करते हैं. तो whatever links, hardware, software, जो भी इस तरीके की चीजें हैं, जो हम access कर सकते हैं और बच्चों को उनसे educate कर सकते हैं. That will be the part of possible ICT solution.
Okay, anybody else would like to talk about it? What I am looking for is ICT solutions for your own subject. How you are going to integrate ICT in your subject?
First of all, ICT solution is the saving paper. Yes, we can share plenty of
It can be a kind of a value that you are integrating using ICT.
Yes, using ICT. Teaching learning process has become easier by using the smart boards. Even the parents can be connected not only through PDFs, even through the software we are using for a school. The daily homework they can track, the progress of their children, attendance, worksheets, everything they can track. Research work for the seniors has become very much easier because now they don't need to go, library for searching for books. Of course, books are very important, but yes, in the initial part, they can at home research work can be initiated.
One of the solution is just in front of us this projector.
This is one of the solutions we are getting educated with this.
Okay.
Even CBSE circulars, which earlier when ICT was not there, we could not convince the children. Now we can just ask them to go through these circulars, the various competitions, and they can get aware of that.
So you are talking about the ICT as
Actually, we can make it subject centric. As if what I was saying, उसमें भी अगर बच्चे अपने आप को analyze करते हैं ना, analysis is where they are not able to be at par. तो वो particular subject पे फिर उनके accordingly काम किया जा सकता है. So in extensive ways it would be used.
So if you go to NCF and see the possible ICT solutions, many of these things we are already doing. And ma'am has said Google Classrooms. I don't know how many of you are using Google Classrooms. To the extent it can be used. Yes, great. So you are creating classrooms, you are adding the students in that. NCF also talks about when you are making question papers, when you are making worksheets, when you are using digital books, when you are using PDF books, you are using
Question papers, marking sheets.
Definitely. So all these are ICT solutions, but as definitely the changes are there in the students, तो उसके थोड़ा आगे जाना पड़ेगा. So what you can do, you can add journals in it. You can ask them to read the blogs. You can ask them to do the podcast or anything. Social science podcast, and it has to be a regular thing. So it's not कि आप ऐसा आपका कोई podcast channel हो जिसमें आप हर महीना या हर हफ्ते या हर 2 हफ्ते में एक podcast करें बच्चों को लेके. किस तरह के initiatives आप ले सकते हो as per your subject requirement. It should not be like that कि वो सब्जेक्ट से अलाइन नहीं हो रहा है और आप उसको कर रहे हैं.
That is the part of teaching curriculum.
Yes.
Every subject is
Even birthday celebration makes through ICT solution.
सामने सामने भी कर सकते हैं. इमोशंस देखें तो ज्यादा अच्छा है. So ICT e-magazine, great. So the children will get a kind of opportunity to write into that.
Our children, even if they are making that compost, खाद भी अगर बना रहे हैं ना, they are making a blog and are posting it in the class across the school. So it is a part of all the.
So what you can do is you can make these blogs, podcasts a part of your school website so that others can also do that. See there, it's there. Okay.
News channels are also there.
So it's a club or you are doing it in the classes?
It is the part of our methodology. This is how we have been doing it for. I mean, after Corona, तो ये तो party है सबका. So every teacher is doing it in all the subjects.
Since COVID, that is the part, integral part.
Okay,
This
great.
is the bare minimum what a teacher is expected to be doing in the school.
Okay, great.
Like in the pre-primary as well, like my daughter is also studying in the same school. So thankfully, whatever the small steps have been taken, they are.
You are aware of it.
Yeah, I am aware of it through it. I do not need to check the classroom.
Yes,
I
this is
am
why
getting
parents
it
can be
on the
aware.
Insta. Being
So
a
these
parent
are the
is
basic
important.
possible ICT solutions which teachers
Yes,
can
parents
include,
are aware.
and we can definitely there are always scope of doing better than this. If you find something else in the internet कि आपको दिख रहा है कुछ अच्छा तो आप share with your group.
One thing I would like to add
Yes,
that
ma'am.
one of our student he has designed a complete website. जैसे आपका chat GPT
AI
है ना,
mentor.
वैसा
Yes.
हमारा in-house बच्चों ने बना रखा है.
In-house ChatGPT
Yes.
बना दिया.
Not chat
No,
GPT,
it
ma'am.
is not. AI mentor.
It's an AI mentor where
Okay.
student can get whatever research they want to do related to the curriculum.
Kind of an AI tutor.
Yes, and it
yes,
has
you
been
can
actually
say also
selected.
help. It's an
CBSE
aiding device.
Still Expo.
Tutor would be wrong, हाँ मतलब aiding device उन्होंने बना रखा है
Yes.
research के लिए.
So the question papers you are providing him. Okay, great.
Everything it is there now.
Actually, previous year question papers. Great. So we can do that. AI tutoring is there in the AI also. They can go to net, वो भी कर सकते हैं, but it's great. So और भी अगर आपको कभी कुछ मिले तो do share. You must be sharing, but we should keep on sharing. Precautions. ये सबसे बड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट चैलेंज है हमारे साथ कि हमने आईसीटी तो कर लिया बहुत सारा, पेरेंट आए पूरा दिन फोन में बैठा रहता है, पूरा दिन लैपटॉप में बैठा रहता है, एंड इट सीम्स लाइक दैट आई एम रिस्पांसिबल फॉर द सेम, कि मैंने उस बच्चे को पूरा दिन बिठा के रखा है. सो व्हाट कैन वी डू? अब क्विक जल्दी से वाला दो पॉइंटर्स.
And we can teach basic ethics like how to log in or log out the system. Whenever we are using the system, we should log out our system, and we should not leave it unattended.
Okay.
And we should not use any unsecured website. Digital literacy, we should teach what is wrong and what is right while using internet.
Okay.
And we should also teach not to do cyberbullying.
Okay. Next.
Actually, finance में हम एक टर्म यूज करते हैं एनालिसिस पैरालिसिस. इट मींस एक्सेस एनालिसिस ऑलवेज लीड्स टू पैरालिसिस. तो टू सम एक्सटेंट अगर हम देखते हैं तो आज हमारी जो नेचुरल ह्यूमन थॉट्स है, थॉट प्रोसेस खत्म हो चुका है. बिकॉज फॉर ईच एंड एवरीथिंग वी आर डूइंग रिसर्च ऑन चैट जीपीटी एंड ऑल दीस थिंग्स. तो एक हमें प्रिकॉशन ये रखनी है कि इतना एक्सेस यूज ना हो जाए कि हमारी नेचुरल मेमोरी जो है, नेचुरल थॉट प्रोसेस खत्म हो जाए. फर्स्ट थिंग. Second is about the memory. I think before the use of technology, मेरे फादर को शायद 500 फोन नंबर याद थे, लेकिन आज अगर मैं सड़क पर फंस जाता हूँ तो आई एम कम्प्लीटली डिपेंडिंग ऑन टेक्नोलॉजी. शायद मुझे घर के 2 नंबर भी याद नहीं है. द सेम थिंग हैपनिंग विद स्टूडेंट्स. अगर आज हम वोकैबुलरी की बात करें, स्पेलिंग्स की बात करें, तो हम दिमाग पर शायद बिल्कुल जोर नहीं डाल रहे हैं. फोन हाथ में है, गूगल हाथ में है, ठीक है, हमने फटाफट उसको ढूंढ लिया. तो दिस इज द मिसयूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी, बिकॉज शायद हम कहीं जो भगवान ने हमें चीजें दी हुई हैं हम उनको यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं. वन मोर थिंग इज टेक्नोलॉजी इज कॉस्टली अफेयर, एंड टू सम एक्सटेंट इट इज एन हिंड्रेंस इन ऑल इंक्लूसिव एजुकेशन. बिकॉज इसका एक बहुत छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल है. जब कोविड था, सभी स्कूल्स में ऑनलाइन क्लासेस की, गवर्नमेंट ने भी शायद उस तरीके से की. मैं कुछ ऐसी फैमिलीज को जानता हूँ जहाँ पर एक फैमिली में 4 बच्चे हैं स्कूल गोइंग, और फादर के पास सिर्फ एक पुराना सा स्मार्टफोन है और फादर जॉब से रात को 9 बजे आ रहे हैं. इट मीन्स जो बच्चा है वो वेट कर रहा है कि जब पापा आएंगे तो मुझे वर्कशीट मिलेगी. बट द प्रॉब्लम इज उसके बाद भी किस बच्चे को वो फोन मिलेगा. तो हमें इस चीज का भी ध्यान रखना है कि हम टेक्नोलॉजी को इतना कंपल्सरी ना कर दें कि वो एक स्पेसिफिक क्लास के लिए एजुकेशन में यूज हो और सबके लिए वो छूट जाए.
बिल्कुल सर, बहुत अच्छी बात है. यहाँ पे आई वुड लाइक टू कोट, हम एआई के पीछे बहुत भाग रहे थे, बट रिसेंट अगर आप जर्नल्स और स्टडीज और रिसर्च पढ़ेंगे एंड यू सी इट योरसेल्फ, राइट, आई हैव स्टार्टेड रियलाइजिंग इट. जितना आप चैट जीपीटी से अपनी चीजें लिखना शुरू करेंगे, उतना आपकी खुद की एबिलिटी टू फ्रेम दोस वर्ड्स आर स्किलिंग. आप 5 बार 6 बार लिख दीजिए, 7वीं बार आपको सोचना पड़ेगा जब आप लिख रहे हैं. एंड प्लीज मुझे तो सबसे ज्यादा ये लगता है कि people understand that this is chat GPT वाला knowledge, because it's same for everybody. Chat GPT जो मुझे वर्ड बताएगा वही आपको बताएगा, वही आपको बताएगा. तो आपकी खुद की कोई नॉलेज नहीं, वो chat GPT की नॉलेज है. And there are schools who are now basically starting to limit it. As our school has taken a kind of an initiative कि होना चाहिए, everything should be there, but a limit has to be there. The child should not lose his or her innate ability to write and think. वो बहुत जरूरी है, वो प्रिकॉशन है. बिल्कुल एनालिसिस पैरालिसिस तो इंडियन कम्युनिटी के साथ ऐसे जुड़ा हुआ है, वो सिर्फ आईसीटी नहीं, वो हर जगह जुड़ा हुआ है. तो ये बहुत जरूरी है कि हम उनको लिमिट करें. ऑल्सो हम साइबर बुलिंग की बात कर रहे हैं, हम साइबर प्रोटेक्शन की बात कर रहे हैं। रक्षित टंडन जी हर जगह स्कूल में जाके वर्कशॉप्स लेते हैं टू मेक द स्टूडेंट्स अवेयर। व्हाई आर दीज प्रॉब्लम्स एग्जिस्टिंग? आप जब बच्चे का डेटा ले रहे हैं, या आप उनके मेल्स ले रहे हैं, आप उनके फोन्स कलेक्ट कर रहे हैं, देन आपकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी एज अ टीचर बढ़ जाती है कि उनका डेटा कहीं नहीं जाना चाहिए। Whatever information that they have shared, the privacy should be there. So with these integrations comes the big responsibilities. So that has to be a bigger challenge, and a precaution or health जो problem आ ही रही है तो वो आ रही है. One thing I would like to quote, my friend is there in working in KV. We have to be very grateful, gratitude हमारे पास होना चाहिए कि हम ऐसी जगह काम कर रहे हैं कि आपने मुझे 15 चीजें गिना दी कि हम ये कर रहे हैं. There are schools जहाँ पर एक भी चीज नहीं हो रही है, and there are schools, हम NCF में दिल्ली में बैठे हैं. If you go to Zirakpur, my friend is posted in Zirakpur. She said, भावना जब हम कोविड में पढ़ाते थे, and we have to go and see what the children are doing. तो किसी के फादर वेजिटेबल वेंडर है, किसी के पापा कुछ है, किसी तो फोन का एक्सेस ही नहीं है. So whatever you are teaching is not going to the students. तो हमें लगता है कोविड में बहुत बच्चे पढ़ गए कि कोविड जनरेशन इसीलिए पीछे भी रह गई क्योंकि उनके पास एक्सेसिबिलिटी नहीं थी. So when you are talking about ICT, you also have to talk about the access to these resources. The child should have access to these resources, right? So we will now move to the next cross-cutting theme, that is guidance and counseling. उससे पहले एक वीडियो देखते हैं एंड बहुत अच्छे से देखिएगा, बताइएगा क्या मैं, बच्चे बहुत धीरे बोल रहे हैं इसमें, बहुत आराम से सुनना पड़ेगा.
Dear teacher, I know it doesn't always seem like it, but I really do want to listen and learn. Just my brain is kind of different. So this is what I'd like you to know about me. I have to move, or I really can't pay attention.
Even though I'm not looking at you, I can still listen to what you're saying.
If you tell me, sit up straight, now I have to use all of my brain to do just that.
It makes me feel sad when you tell me to try harder, even though I've already tried as hard as I can. I actually listen better when I'm rocking in my chair. When you give me a bunch of directions, I start to think I will never remember all of this. Sometimes my mom or dad ends up doing all of my homework. So here's how you can maybe help. Let me get up and move while I'm moving.
Let me look wherever I want when you talk to me.
Let me rock or slouch in my chair.
No matter what, please don't take away my recess. Give me a hug, I can do all by myself. Instructions very short.
Just ask me, what does your brain need right now?
And one more thing. My brain might be different than yours, but it's still amazing. Sincerely, your student.
Your student.
Your student. Your student.
So the next cross-cutting theme is guidance and counseling, and why I wanted you to see this video is, you know what, if a child can learn, definitely he will learn. ठीक है, अगर बच्चा पढ़ना चाहता है ना वो पढ़ ही लेगा. अगर वो बहाने ढूंढ रहा है, कुछ और कर रहा है, definitely there lies something that is basically stopping it. वो कुछ भी हो सकता है, वो family issues हो सकते हैं, mental issues हो सकते हैं, health issues हो सकते हैं, maybe academic issues हो सकते हैं, special abilities हो सकते हैं. But there is no child if he wants to learn and can't learn, right? So जब हम guidance and counseling की बात करते हैं, ज़्यादातर हमारे दिमाग में क्या आता है? Career counseling. Right? But guidance and counseling is a cross-cutting thing which is more than this. So आपको जब guidance and counseling can be for career counselors, it can be behavioral counseling, dealing with their day-to-day problems or other things, but it is guidance also. So you have to be there with them for their health and well-being, for their mental health well-being, for their social health well-being. It is a part of guidance and counseling only. Then you have to provide them support for administrative work. You have to provide them support for academic challenges. You have to provide them support for their future careers. So you have to be a career counselor. You have to be a behavioral counselor. You have to take care of their mental and well-being. So guidance जब बात करते हैं तो बहुत एक broad area है, not only the career counseling, right? So last, and this we'll do as an activity. This is rootedness in India. हम सुबह से बात कर रहे हैं कि ये मेजर है हमारे NCF का, वो चाहते हैं ऐसे करना कि रूटेडनेस इंडिया में रहे, उससे जुड़े रहे हम, और बहुत सारे सब्जेक्ट में बहुत ज्यादा तरीके से हम इसको इम्प्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं. जैसे हिंदी में आप स्टोरीज, फोकलोर्स बता सकते हैं, ठीक है, बहुत पंचतंत्रा की कहानियां हैं, महापुरुषों की कहानियां, तो डेफिनेटली ईच सब्जेक्ट विल हैव समथिंग which you can inculcate with rootedness in India. So what are we going to do is, so this is the last activity that I will be doing with you. You can see the table. We will define with subject specific group the way you are sitting it. Again 4 to 5 minutes. Let's take 10 minutes and 2 minutes आप presentation का लेंगे. You have to devise some kind of lesson plan, और lesson plan भी आप discuss करोगे, जो आपने बनाया है वो बताओगे. So आप स्टोरी टेलिंग को इंक्लूड कर रहे हो, आप म्यूजिक को इंक्लूड कर रहे हो, या फिर आप किस तरह इंडियन रूटेडनेस से उसको कनेक्ट करना चाहोगे. So आपको वो बना दिखाना है. Role play can be there. It can be a kind of a conversation, anything that you want to, but it should be of 2 minutes. I think for 2 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes of preparation is fine. You take a small thing. बहुत सारा कुछ नहीं, बहुत छोटा सा कुछ लेकर कर सकते हैं. So your time starts now. This is the last activity for the session. Then Sanjali ma'am will be there. आप stages भी ले सकते हो. तो जरूरी नहीं आप बड़े बच्चों के लिए प्लान करो. आप एक छोटे फाउंडेशनल स्टेज के बच्चे के लिए भी ले सकते हो कि आप उसको एथिकल वैल्यू बताना चाहते हो तो आप स्टोरी टेलिंग करेंगे उसके लिए. ठीक है? So it should be stage appropriate, subject appropriate, and rooted to India.
Her poetry and her speeches, she motivated people.
आप इसी तरह का कुछ एंथ्रोपोलॉजिस्ट यूज करते थे अगर इस तरह का कुछ जब आप बात करी तो
how are we going to show give example of embedding learning? First one, this point is to be answered. Give example of
So let's do one thing. जिसका हो गया है वो शुरू कर सकते हैं. Let's not waste time in doing this. Anybody would like to share? Okay.
So we would like to explain here from our group, being an English part, like we have one chapter in class 10 that are glimpses of India. So we do it taking the theme of Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat. Every year we do like this activity, in which we are asking that this is your classroom where the number of states students are present. You need to show your culture in the class. And they do it in that way. Like the student who is belonging from Karnataka, like whichever state they are even this year, the students were draping themselves in that particular attire. Some of the students were carrying a meal of that particular state. They just greet the other students in that language. So we do like that.
Great. Yes. Other group.
We can use, in mathematics, we can use Vedic mathematics to make multiplication faster. So those things they can apply even in small primary classes also. We do that addition, subtraction, Vedic mathematics, so they are connected with the root also.
NCF talks about Vedic maths in the curriculum क्योंकि वो Vedic maths अगर बच्चा पढ़ता है ही बच्चों को पढ़ाते हैं because it's easy in your calculation. Definitely.
Now they have taken festivals, for example, all over the country we are celebrating festival in different names, but still we have this unity and diversity.
So how will you go to the roots?
We have not yet prepared it.
And it could be like there are a lot of mythological stories associated with the festivals. Yeah, and in southern part like Pongal, Onam is there. So in northern part it is celebrated by different names. So this is
going to the mythological documents that we have. Yes.
We can like surface area volume topic with the different monuments that are there in India, like different shapes. If I talk about Sachi stupa, it is spherical in shape. So we can use different formulas like surface area and volume formula for finding the area and the volume.
With that, you can talk about the history.
Exactly. So that is with the rooted part of India.
In science, we are having the chapter Food and the Good Health. So we just prepare the children from the state they belong. Just bring the staple food or the traditional food, so that in the class they can share and different cultures, values can be inculcated in them. And secondly, as in the other classes, study of nutrition through the diet pattern in India, through the millets and all that, so that we can just tell them about the wheat and the nutritive value these millets and other grains are having.
Great. So you can compare that what kind of cereals were used that time and what were the implications on health. They had good health.
If you see the women's of the old age that
मोटा अनाज बोला जाता था.
Yeah, mota anaj. And they were more healthy in comparison to today's life also.
Yes.
Having more
Anybody
benefits.
voluntarily want to share something? Anything that you have prepared, or we will just conclude the session? Nobody? Okay, great. I understand. So it's okay. So this is from my side, cross-cutting team. Now I will like to ask Sanjali ma'am to take over.
Thank you, Bhavna ma'am. I just want PPT to be on. Okay, so before we start, poster is there on the PPT, please help. So the session almost ma'am has talked in the cross-cutting themes, and she was taking your inputs that whatever you are doing, we are going to do the same in the next topic, that is way forward. How are we going to implement whatever NCF is telling us? What should be our school practices? What should be our classroom management look like? What should be our other holistic development? How we can bring that holistic development among our learners? So you people have been talking about so much that I can see, yes, if we have to restructure the things in our school, the practices in our school, you are at the same platform. So a big round of applause for all of you. Thank you. So this is the way forward. Basically, NCF is telling us whatever is desired and whatever we are doing. Okay? So there is a little gap in between. So how are we going to fill that gap? So all of you were talking about many, you're giving your inputs on different subjects. Yes, that is how we are going to fill that gap. That is basically based on your reflection. So reflection is a very important aspect of today's learning. Whether a learner is reflecting or whether a teacher is reflecting. For example, if you're going to your classroom, you plan a lesson, everything it doesn't work in a day. Do you feel that? हमने इतना कुछ प्लान किया, उसके बाद ओ ये रह गया, ये हो नहीं पाया. Because we all face challenges. Okay? But at the same time, the teacher has to reflect. Why did it happen? What went well? What didn't went well? What didn't go well today? How can we improve that? So that is the self-reflection a teacher can do. Students can also do self-reflection, and this reflection is a very important skill. I would say of 21st century skill, one important skill which we have to develop among our learners and among ourselves, right? For example, student is doing a small mistake. How are we going to deal that mistake? Anybody of you can just tell me. किसी बच्चे ने कुछ भी शैतानी की क्लास में तो कैसे करते हैं फिर उसको डांटते हैं या some other strategies. What kind of strategies do we follow? अच्छा, समझाते भी है, डांटते भी है. So I would request now onwards. This is one of the practices I'm telling, and this is the restructuring we are talking. Have reflection form. Okay, always. If you are not having a form, you don't want to waste paper. Waste paper. Then you can take a reflection in your almanacs or diary. So telling that, Vita, why did you do it? What could have happened if you do it? Okay, and how are you going to improve yourself? Right, so I think giving them dant or corporal punishment is not viable. Right, is not a solution. So what are we doing? I told you earlier, we are creating humane potential. Right, so reflection is one of the important strategies we have to follow within ourselves, within our team and department. For example, आपने कोई lesson plan बनाया, आपको लगा कुछ flaw है उसमें, how are we going to fill that gap? Give a reflection in your team, in your department. So that is a very important part of like our lesson plan or our school practice, right? Simple, you have it, that's great, that's great. That's very good. I know all proactive schools will be having it. So, I think this is my slide. Just a second. So, a little quick activity which we have to do. Though we have two parts of this activity, but we are running short of time. So, I would request if anybody can volunteer here and just take out these chart papers and pass it on to your other friends. One in each table. So what is the task basically? Whatever you have learned today, whatever words are coming to your mind about NCF, create a graphic organizer quickly. I'm giving you sketch pens also. So I want it to be done within 3 minutes of time. I will repeat the task. Whatever you have learned in NCF, whatever the words are coming to your mind, you have to create a graphic organizer, right? I'm just giving you more pens. So I hope everybody has got the sketch pen. No? Can you take some sketch pens from your friends? So is the activity clear to you? So you have to focus on the second part of the activity. Okay? For example, I'm giving you one small example. If you get started, because we are having tea also ready. And for example, NCF called holistic development. Okay, for example, there were many words which were discussed today. I just want you to create a graphic organization. So, which team is this? This is social science. Okay, social science started. Yes. Hurry up, everyone. If you want to go home early, then you have to rush up with the activity.
Holistic development होता है, holistic development word होता है. सुनो yellow yellow में मतलब तो dark color में रखो. ये है ना holistic development. मैं share करके प्रॉब्लम में सेम ही ले लो. अभी दोबारा अलग अलग दूसरा शेयर
चित्रगुप्त की सहायता नहीं जब इमारती अनुसंधान का कार्य होता है
शैडो आ रहा है चूज की
So last 1 minute. Yes, 30 seconds. As many as words, it's okay. If you write only 5 words, it's fine for us.
I'm done.
देखो हमने कितने सारे गोल गोल बनाए हैं।
Okay. It's done? Bingo? Wow.
अच्छा
Okay, we are done with this activity. So you will have a cup of tea.
What if
It's coming here only. Okay. Yes. So after this, okay, I will say 1, 2. What will you say? No, you will say eyes on you. 1, 2. Eyes on you. 1, 2.
eyes on you,
1, 2.
eyes on you।
Please be seated. Thank you. So, next.
आर्टिस्ट
कोट आप ही लोग को मिलेगा। अरे यार वो लाइव कोई नहीं देखेगा।
thank you each and every department. So can we have a picture with this department also? Yeah. Action. So please.
Arpit sir. Arpit sir.
Arpit sir.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Arpit sir.
ये वाले देने संजना में ये देने thank you everybody. Next.
यहाँ वहाँ से ब्लर आ रही है
Okay.
अरे वहाँ पे अंधेरा आ रहा है, इधर बुला लो। अरे मैं बुला लूँ ना।
Yes. 1, 2, eyes on.
हाँ बस
साइंस डिपार्टमेंट है
Okay, now let's focus again. जब तक चाय आती है तब तक थोड़ा फोकस करें। नहीं आ रही वहीं जाना। It's not allowed. I was thinking. ठीक है, just one slide I will just extend then we'll see. Okay, so now what is the purpose of reflection? I have given you an idea. Why should we reflect? What is the purpose? Excuse me, teachers. I know 3:30 is going to come very soon. Just a second, ma'am. Just a second. Let's do a little bit of whatever is given in the NCF, and then we are almost done. You all are good participants, let me say, which made our work easier, right? So that's a two-way process basically. So the purpose is basically identify strengths and weakness, enhance educational quality, support holistic development, and facilitate continuous improvement. So do you think that reflection is going to bring improvement in your lessons?